When we hear the phrase enchanted garden, we imagine something poetic, soft light, organic beauty, a space that welcomes us gently. But Folia is not that garden. It feels darker, more unsettling, almost like stepping into a fairy tale that has lost its innocence. Today I want to talk about why this exhibition feels less enchanted and more eerie. From the moment you enter, the atmosphere shifts your expectations. The lighting is dim. The forms are organic but not comforting. They feel altered, distorted, as if nature has transformed into something slightly unfamiliar. Instead of inviting you to wander freely, the space slows you down. There's a quiet tension in the room. This is not a decorative botanical fantasy. It feels more like a dark ecological myth. The curatorial language seems to resist beauty as comfort. Instead, it leans toward ambiguity. And ambiguity creates distance. One of the most striking elements of the experience was the absence of visible wall texts. There were no explanatory panels next to the works, no immediate contextual anchors. This choice changes the dynamic between viewer and artwork. On one hand, it pushes you toward intuition. You are left alone with the forms. You interpret through emotion rather than information. On the other hand, the works begin to feel isolated, almost solitary. Without contextual framing, they stand independently, but also somewhat disconnected. Was this a deliberate curatorial strategy? Possibly. Minimal text can intensify atmosphere. It can protect mystery, but it can also widen the gap between artwork and audience. What I kept thinking about was the sense of loneliness. The works didn't speak through labels. They didn't explain themselves. They simply existed. And that existence felt powerful, yet slightly distant. Sometimes this distance deepens contemplation. Sometimes it creates emotional coldness. Folia seems to operate precisely in that fragile space between immersion and alienation. Not welcoming, not rejecting, just observing you back. There may have been a hand brochure with additional information. I didn't see one. Perhaps they were out of print, as the exhibition is nearing its end. Or perhaps I simply missed it. But in that moment, the silence of the walls became part of the exhibition itself. Folia is not an enchanted garden. It is a darker terrain, a space where organic forms become ambiguous presences. The absence of textual guidance intensifies the atmosphere, but also leaves the viewer negotiating meaning alone. And maybe that's the point. To leave not with answers, but with a lingering sensation, unsettling, striking, memorable.